I think Studio X like put life in me, bro. Like it made it fun for me again, cause it got to the point, bro. Like it got to the point where I just like I was questioning whether I still wanted to make music or not, bro. It's just
Yeah,
like
yeah, it be
I
like
don't
that.
know. Like
Everybody
I was
goes through
just in
that.
this slump, bro. Like I was like, not to get hella deep, bro, but
Yeah, yeah,
like
of course.
I went through.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy James the Spitta. This is the Dungee Podcast. Right on for tuning in. I brought my special guest, my boy, my brother,
Yes, sir.
Low, man. Give it up for Low. What's
Yeah,
up, my
man.
boy?
What's good with you, bro?
Man.
Appreciate you for having me.
Oh, of course, man. We got to break the ice with a
Hell
real
yeah.
one.
Hell
Break the
yeah.
ice with somebody, you know what I'm saying? I got history with. At the end of the day, I think most of you know what I'm saying? We got that dope, close relationship.
Yep.
But we want to talk to the people and get more in depth with our overall relationship. So we'll just kick things off, man, by introducing my boy. He's a rapper, engineer, producer, and he also low key a Pokemon card professional, I guess, or something like that.
Yep. Yep.
But
Yep.
my boy is a man of all traits. He does it all. A lot of people have worked with him in the studio, and they know exactly what he brings to the table. So, just for the people to know, my guy, overall relationship, man, and the history between us. Why don't you tell the people a little bit about, what I'm saying, how we met and how we kind of broke the ice?
Yeah. Well. um. I remember. I mean, just growing up in the neighborhood here, and Lil Mex. Uh, you were just kind of a familiar face, and then that obviously in like the music too, and then because I remember I had heard your music before, and I wasn't really making music just yet, but I knew I wanted to make music, so I remember seeing you across the street, like a couple houses over from where I used to live at with my parents' house,
Yes, sir.
and then
North Fair Oaks District, baby.
yeah, man. And then, well, I did martial arts for hella years, so I remember at the time, the neighbors across the street, they knew me, and then I came up to you, and then they said what's up to me, and it was funny because they called me the Karate Kid, and then
Yeah, I remember that.
I think that's how you like I think that's what you stuck to me for a little bit, like oh Lalo the Karate Kid, and but yeah, man, that's I mean, as far as I can remember, I'm pretty sure that's how I met you
Oh,
like
most definitely.
officially the first time.
So here came this Karate Kid, but man, he knew about my music and stuff, and he had been listening to my album, and I was very appreciative of that. I think it was when we had like Middlefield used to have, remember that huge event where they used to shut everything down through San Mateo
Yeah,
County,
bro. Yep,
and I
yep.
think that's when I was walking down Third, and then yeah, man, like I think you were just showing love or you recognized me, and I mean,
Yeah.
and we kind of just broke the ice from there, man, and then obviously I found out you were doing music as well. And so, man, the rest is kind of history. So, for those of you don't know, man, like we go way back, you know what I'm saying, to early in my career to when I was already kicking things off. But at the same time, he came in and I honestly moved like a veteran, and I was impressed. So it was one of those things where like, man, this guy's got it. He's got the ambition. He's got the talent. And so it was definitely one of those relationships that to this day we still solid, and I'm very appreciative to it.
Yes, sir.
Man, let's tell the people. Like Redwood City, man, like how was it growing up? You know what I'm saying for us and stuff in general. I know we went over, the Middlefield event and all that stuff, and
Yeah.
like, but tell me a little bit about Redwood and like how it was when you were growing up, and maybe
Yeah.
how it's changed throughout the, you know what I'm saying, through now.
Um, I think if I'm being 100% honest, bro, I think it was a love and hate relationship with Redwood City for me because
Okay,
um, I think Redwood City used to have so much culture.
okay,
And then even like growing up, it wasn't as bad as it used to be.
okay,
It's definitely not nowhere where it used to be now. Um, but I even growing up, I it was like heavily still like gang populated in Redwood City.
oh,
Different
most
pockets of Redwood
definitely,
City
yeah,
were
it's
super heavily like gang populated,
100%.
and and like even through that, community was always like big. Again, even amongst these like pockets of like areas where it was like gang dominated, and even here, I think community was always so big, and I never really got into it like that. That it just wasn't my thing, bro. Like growing up, like I knew I always wanted to make music, and then I fell in love with martial arts, so I just like my path was different, but like to the OGs and like the homies that like lived in the neighborhood, bro. Like, I mean, they just see me as like a kid who knew what he wanted to do, and I didn't want no part of that.
For sure.
And I think, there's a couple of of the older homies who like always looked out and like, oh, like that's Lalito, bro. Like he makes music, he's cool, bro.
Most
Like
definitely, most definitely.
and they kind of just made sure that like I knew it wasn't for me, and they knew it wasn't for me, and even like the relationship that my pops had with the with the folks in the neighborhood, um, and my mom too. They were always just cool people. They were super embracing, and more than anything, it was just community and culture. I know you touched on it briefly, but that community event that we used to have every year, bro, I can't even pinpoint what year we stopped doing it, and honestly, I don't remember the name of the event
Right.
itself. But you know what I'm talking about, right?
No,
Where
yeah,
they,
yeah.
they
Well,
would they would have
they
like
even
a
had
pageant.
Sonora Dinamita used to come
Yeah,
through, bro.
and they had like a pageant, and then they would have the one girl like who was the like final contestant who was
sure.
like dubbed like the princess or like the queen of it or whatever, and like she would just parade like across like all the way from like from like here from Dumbarton all the way down to like Chavez, damn near.
It's crazy because at that time, Redwood City was way more I think the gangs were way more active. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Not to knock it. You know what I'm saying? I know they're still out there, but I'm saying like it used to just be way more in your face. You know, now with the gentrification, shit has changed. You know, it's just the reality of it. And I even remember just that even being full of, you know what I'm saying, the people that was active, but like it was safe, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was a community event. Everybody had love for each other.
Yeah.
The cops were there, but they honestly needed to be there, man, because it was all love and it was, us celebrating the culture. And it was just good times, man. And now, like, we look at Redwood City and a lot has changed, man. Like when we talk about like Malibu, bro, it's gone, man. The hanky panky, man, is gone.
That's crazy.
The roller rink, man, is gone.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. They built a damn female jail or whatever to replace Malibu or whatnot, man. So a lot has changed in Redwood City, man. Definitely, I would say some of it is positive and some of it is negative, but I think the North Fair Oaks district is still where we're at right now. Actually, the reporting live is exactly still the heart of Redwood City, and I don't think that could be gentrified. I think they tried, but I don't think it went down. And yeah, they've made some changes, but it's still beautiful to walk around and see the culture, man. So yeah, so I mean, in general, like I know that for us, there's been so much change, man. But at the same time, I'm happy that we still rocking and we still represent and we don't forget where we came from. So yeah, there's been a lot of changes in downtown, but we're always gonna remember those good memories and those good times, and we're gonna keep the culture alive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hell yeah.
So a lot of people know, man, we got tons of tracks together, man. Like we got a crazy chemistry with your singing, your rapping, your versatility. I always felt like connecting with you, it was just very inspirational and low key, man. Like I started getting down with melodies because I started seeing my boy get down, and it was inspirational, man. So we got tracks like In the Moment, Slow Dance, On the Way, Summertime in the RWC, Good Love, Miss Overtime, Touchdown, Slow Dance, and many unreleased ones. Which one would you say, bro, was your favorite one that we did together, man? Like I know it might be a tough one, but like which one would you say, man? Like was your favorite?
Man, which one's my favorite one?
I know I can help you with like Good Love, man. I mean, remember how that came
I
about?
love that song, bro. Yeah, hey,
I wasn't even supposed to be on that.
I know. Yeah, you put the pressure on me. You were like, bro, I need to be on this song. Come on.
Hey, let me tell the people real quick, man. Not to cut you off, I'll let you finish, but I just want to share this. So I'm never the type of guy to ever want to like force my way into music, man. But that day, I walked in and I heard that song, and I'm like, man, I want to be a part of this. Like, I kind of like asked, yo, like, can you just give me a shot? And like, if you don't like it, I will not take it personal. Like, just take me out of it. But let me get a shot though. Almost like low key knowing I was gonna body that thing, you know. And I just want, you know what I'm saying. But I always left it open because it was your song, and I'm not trying to like jump on, man. But yeah, man, I remember just writing the verse in the studio. It came so natural. It was so dope. And man, to this day, it's still a song that I see on a lot of people's playlists and it's still on my playlist. So, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, that's so funny too, because I remember I was gently trying to let you down too. I didn't want you on that song. And I mean, not that I didn't want you on that song, but like I was just kind of, I think that project, I wasn't trying to have anybody on that project.
For sure.
And I think you bullied your way into that song, and which I'm grateful for now because I fucking love that song. and I think after we did that song, I was like, you know what? Maybe it is cool to like maybe get like one or two more features for this project. Because I remember the very very first project that I did, it was just me to the face, bro. Like the
Yeah.
production, the mixing, the mastering, the artistry, the
That man do it
production.
all, man.
In that very first project, like I just did everything by myself. And then I think again with you being on Good Love, I was like, all right, bro, like let me get like two or three more people to collab with, and then we'll call it a project. Um, and I think that one, that one's that was when I still used to go by Zero Alias. Huh? Good
You
Love is
used to be.
on.
Oh yeah. He used to go by
Which one's that
Zero
one? Oh,
Alias.
behind closed doors.
Behind
That's
closed doors.
yeah, that was that
That
project.
little classic, little
Yeah,
Kitty
that's a little
Slayer
classic
album.
one.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think one of my favorite ones with you, bro. To be honest, is the I'm forgetting the name of it, bro. It was off of Affirmations. We did a remix to it with Bo.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
something simple
yeah,
remix.
something
I
simple,
forgot
bro.
to mention
I
that
think
one, man.
I think that's probably one of my favorite songs that I have with you. To be
Oh,
honest,
for sure,
yeah,
man.
that one's a classic.
Yeah, man. It's always a pleasure. Shout out to Bo too, man. Danny Santos, if you're watching, man. Shout out to my boy. Yeah, man. It was a dope track, man.
Yeah, that
First
one
of
was
all, I
fun.
think the track itself, the normal one was already kind of like low key
It was a slap.
smacking. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Shout out my boy Ivan Reyes for hopping on the hook. But then the remix idea came from you. Actually, that I would say that's low key. Kind of how like
I
you kind
think
of bullied your way
I
through
think I
that one.
did
If
too.
we gonna be real about bullying on each
I
other's
think I
stuff,
did too. I heard
that
the song and I was just like, oh, bro.
yeah,
Like,
he's like, let me do a remix to it.
yeah, let's do a remix to it.
So he got my boy
Yeah.
Ivan off the hook, and he sang it himself on some like Mariah Carey singing the Ashanti one, because I think Ashanti did the first Into You, and then Mariah Carey like did a remix to it, and she just ran with it. So my boy
Yeah.
Lo did something similar to that. Yeah, for sure, man. And
But yeah,
for me, I would
like that
say
one.
In the Moment, man. In the Moment to me was like
That
my
was the very
favorite.
first one.
Cause that one, it was the first one, but like just the impact of it. Like I remember my boy Ben Danklin, man, Joey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He played that at the Underground, and
Yeah.
people went crazy.
Oh, the
Remember the
Underground.
Underground, y'all? Ooh, we got them stories, man. Y'all keep staying tuned, and we're gonna share a lot more stories.
Maybe that's
And then
the uncut version.
you know what I'm saying? And then, bro, like we can't have this interview without. First of all, like, well, let me make it very clear, man. I'm gonna give you your flowers today. Shout out to Drink Champs if y'all watching, man. That's what they do. But also, I'm coming here, man, to acknowledge your work, your hard work. Legendary status, by the way, Rebel City legend right here. And I want the people
Appreciate
to know,
you, bro.
man,
Thank
that you are one of them guys, man. Like, and when I think of
Thank you,
Rebel
bro.
City music, Rebel City rap, you can't talk about it if you don't talk about my boy Low. Just to throw that out there. Now to transition, the I Get It remix, bro. I think
Boy.
that was legendary what you did for the city, man. So tell me more about like the inspiration behind it, and talk to me about the impact. And we'll start with the impact, and then how you were able to get everyone on there.
Yeah, so the I Get It remix, bro. I'm trying to remember how that even came about. I think it's really, and we've had this conversation all the time, bro. Like I feel like there's so many dope artists. There's a lot of talent out here, and at the time, I'm sure you remember, like things just felt real clicky, and there's way too many people making music, not enough people like collaborating, and I hated that, bro, because
Right up to
I,
that.
like when I started making music, like I always knew I wanted to make music, but I didn't really get a chance to start making music until like I was at the Boys and Girls Club, and then that's where I met Ivan. Um, but yeah, man, but like I kind of like the way that I grew up making music was it was super competitive, bro, but it was like collaborative at the same time.
Hip hop is competitive, so I
So
feel you, man. I mean,
so I
yeah.
just like and to be honest, like I felt like I think one of like maybe two or three kids that was in the studio that was Mexican, and bro, like that, like I just felt like I had to outwork everybody in the room because I just felt like I wasn't good enough. I felt like I
got
had a
it.
point to prove. Like, yes, I
Okay,
can rap, and it's not in Spanish. Like,
okay,
yeah, I could fucking write my ass off, and it's some dope shit.
for sure.
And
Yeah,
and so I always felt like I had to outwork everybody in the room. But I was super fortunate that the people that I was in the room with had that same mentality, and like we uplifted each other, bro. And like it was never on no like hater shit, bro. Like we genuinely like, hey, if you didn't come with it for this song, like it's cool, like just come with it for the next song.
For sure. Just
And it
motivate
was
each other.
like, yeah, and it
Straight
was,
hip hop.
but and it was healthy competition, bro. Like it was healthy competition
Constructive criticism.
and constructive criticism, bro. And like I think growing up like that, once I graduated high school and then I went to college and stuff. Like even in college, like the people that I was rocking with, um, at that school, like we all made music together, bro, and we were hopping on each other's tracks.
Okay.
So I feel like I never really lost that like the competitive nature, but also like the collaboration portion of it too.
Yeah.
And then once I graduated from college and I started making music on my own, it was fun and it was dope. And I was like, man, I really miss like making music with people,
Okay.
not just like making music on my own. Because I
Sure.
feel like anybody can make music on their own, bro.
Right.
And it takes a different level of skill to be able to like be uh like to adapt and be able to make music with other people. And because chemistry is supposed to be natural, but sometimes like you can do things a certain way to where like you build that chemistry, right?
Yeah.
And so, which is I feel like something that I learned growing up, making music in the different spaces that I was in.
Absolutely.
And so the I Get It remix came about with, again, like me kind of noticing that Rose City had so much talent and everybody was super clicky at that point, and nobody was really collaborating. Like people were making music together, but like in their own little like pockets and their own little
I love
cliques,
that, man.
right?
I love that.
And so for me, I was like, man, like let me tap into these spaces, bro. Like let me pay attention to like let me pick out some of the people that I've been paying attention to and like just reach out and be like, hey, bro, like I got this song that I want to make, like we should do it. Um, and so at this point, the Coldest Winter had already dropped, right? Like I did the original version
Coldest Winter,
of
man.
I Get It, and I forgot who I showed the song that they were like, oh, bro, like if you ever do a remix to this, like let me know.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, for sure, like I'll think about it. And then the more I peeped it, I was like, hold on, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, what if I find some of the dopest people out here and like do something dope? And I also kind of what like fueled that idea is, I don't know if you remember the One Blood remix.
Oh yeah, the by the game, right?
Bro, like
Yep.
11 minutes
Oh,
long, bro.
yeah,
Some of the
yep.
hardest people out there,
Okay.
all collaborating on a song. And I was like, bro,
Shout out the game.
I was like, what if I get some of the dopest people in Rebel City and do that? And then I started reaching out, started hitting people up. I think the very first person that I got on it was Knuckles. So shout out to Knuckles. I think he was the first one
Does
that
he
came
even go
through.
outside anymore? I'm just kidding.
And I think he was the very first one.
Shout out my boy Knuckles.
And then so from there, it was just kind of like a domino effect. I started reaching out to other people, and then I remember at one point, because this is when we used to run Templo out of Ivan's house, out of his parents' house, the garage.
Yep, I remember
And
that.
then I remember at one point, it got to one point where he was like, "Damn, bro, how many people are you gonna get on the song?"
It was like a Wu-Tang type of effort or something
Bro,
like that.
yeah,
huh?
bro. And I really put in the work to get the right people. And then I think what made me super proud of it is not only the fact that I had like Rebel City talent, but I feel like I also brought on my boy Chris Oza from San Jose. And then I brought on Antoinette onto the remix. And even though they're not, and bands too.
Okay.
And even though they're not like from like, even though some of these people aren't from Rebel City, like, they were connected to Redwood City through like working with me.
Right.
And so I really wanted to do something special, and that's kind of how that song came about.
Hell yeah, man. Well, I just want the people to know, and I want to let you know that was very legendary, man. And it's all about camaraderie, and I love it that you did that, man. Because I kind of felt the same way, man. I felt like real quick, just like growing up and doing music, man, it almost felt competitiveness, which to get it, like, let's not get it like misconstrued, like for sure, hip hop is competitive, and you should feel like you're the best.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not taking that personal. For me, it's more like you think you're too good for someone that you don't even want to work with them for whatever reason, on some hater, more or less. Like I don't like because you're competitive and you
Right.
don't want to
Right.
work with him because you want to like kind of top him.
Right.
It's that kind of energy that I also grew up on. So I felt like by you doing that remix, it really showed people, man, that we could come together and the beauty of things that can come together. Because I remember that song was getting around, man, because you had so many people on it. Everyone was sharing their portion of it, and so that song was spreading around, and everyone was like networking with each other,
Yeah.
and they were posting it on their individual page, which made the song bigger. And it's a perfect example of like unity and what unity can do.
Yeah.
And it also shows people, man, like put your egos aside, man, and let's
Yeah.
work, man, because I think we are more powerful united than we are against each other, man.
Yes,
So
sir.
shout out to you for doing that, because for sure, I thought that was dope.
Yeah.
Real quick, man, I also want people to. Didn't you open up for J. Cole?
At the Boys and Girls Club, we got an opportunity to go to a Keystone conference. Keystone was a program that's like their core mission is to like help youth with their academics and give them opportunities that'll propel their like college careers and stuff like that. And so, but it's also intended to like connect youth like nationwide and give them a platform and a space to meet people from different walks of life who are their same age, And so, but to be at a Keystone conference, you had to be a part of the Keystone program within the Boys and Girls Club. We weren't technically a part of the Keystone program. We took the right steps to make sure that we can go to the conference, right? We joined Keystone, and I think we did it like a week and a half or like 2 weeks before the actual conference. So we were like the very, very last ones to like sign up to go to the conference. And so we ended up doing it, right? And the reason that we were able to go is because I remember the theme of that year was Embrace the Magic. And we did a song specifically for the conference, hoping that we could perform. And they had a bunch of different workshops, bro. They had celebrities, they had like artists, they had designers, people like in cinema. They had a bunch of like guest speakers and like motivational speakers at that conference. Because it's youth development stuff, bro, and like people that were in the industries that everybody aspired to be in, and just to get a glimpse in like the life of like the work that it took to get to that stature, whatever, right? And so we go to the conference, bro. We ended up getting approved to perform that song. Never had they ever had like Boys and Girls Club members perform at a Keystone conference. They always had guest performances by like major artists. And so we were the very first ones, like me and that cohort of like kids that made music at the Boys and Girls Club at the time. So we went, bro, and there was a surprise like artist that was there, and we were gonna open up for him, and they didn't tell us who it was gonna be. And it was so secret that even Ivan didn't know who it was gonna be, right? And so we're there. We landed, and then the very next day we were gonna perform, right? So, we go about our day, whatever, right? We try to go to bed early, right? But everybody's hyped up. We're all juiced, bro. It's like 5 or 6 of us crammed into one room, bro. And it's so we're there, we're chilling, whatever. And then next day, we do the rehearsals, whatever, and we go backstage. We're backstage, we're chilling. We were literally backstage maybe for like 10 minutes, bro. And then they still haven't told us who we're opening up for. And we're all just kind of looking at each other like, oh, like we're probably not opening up for anybody. We were like kind of like, whatever, because they're not telling us. So I think in my mind, I think if I remember correctly, I was just like, man, the person we were probably gonna open up for ended up like catting off or whatever. Like we're probably not gonna open up for anyone, but still, like we're excited, bro. It's like 3,500 people there, bro. Like it's a big, big, big event, and so they call us. They're like, yo, it's time to go on stage. We're like, whatever, and they're like, oh, by the way, you guys are opening up for J. Cole.
Yo, that's crazy.
As they're
dog.
like ushering us onto the
Cole,
stage,
the legend
and so I was like, bruh, like we all looked at each other and we're like, there's no fucking way, bro. We're like, there's no way. And so, bro, like it was, oh my god, bro, like I can't even like describe the feeling, bro. Like it was like nervousness, but I'm excited, and it's anxiety, but it's like good anxiety. And so we perform, bro, like, and it was a performance of a lifetime, bro. Like I Never. It's like a core memory for me, bro. And I remember like we performed the song, and at towards the end of the song, like we jumped off the stage and we were running up and down the aisles, like
Damn.
singing the song and like getting people hyped up. Whatever. We get back on stage, we bow out,
Yeah, yeah.
and then we get off the stage, whatever. And then, like maybe 5 minutes later, like they cut the lights again, they put the spotlight on, and then J. Cole comes out, and who that bitch, I got that flame,
That's main,
who that
bro.
who that
Bitch, I
bro.
got that blind.
And so, bro, like, and then even his performance at the time, like I was a huge Cole fan from the gate, bro.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
from the gate, like
yeah.
I was a big fan of him.
Would
And
you
then
say he's your favorite rapper?
and 100%,
For sure.
100%.
Just to get it.
And
out
so,
there,
and it might be a little biased too because of that like experience,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
and so he comes out, he performs, and then this was around the time when he had just did that song with Miguel, the All I Want Is
Yeah,
You.
yeah. I remember that.
And so, bro, and I just like I loved everything about him as an artist, bro. Like from his lyrics to like the way that he raps and like the even the way that he dressed and stuff. And so I was a huge fan, bro. And so the fact that we got to open up for him, I was just like, bro, there's no way. And so in my mind, I was like, all right, cool, bro. Like he's gonna perform. Like we're gonna get to go backstage again. We're gonna get to meet him, whatever. And we ended up not getting not getting the chance to meet him, bro. His manager his manager at the time, and I think this is the manager that he talks about in his second album. But his manager said he said something like along the lines of like he's a busy man, like he ain't got time to meet no kids.
That sounds so like unlike J. Cole, though.
But
you know
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't sound like him,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, he probably was just
And
being
so,
manipulated.
bro,
by
I
the
remember, bro,
manager.
I was so heartbroken, bro. I was so heartbroken that I didn't get a chance to meet him, and but that still
experience
didn't.
in general was
Yeah,
fun.
I was gonna say that didn't take away from the experience that like man, like I got to touch the same stage that J. Cole was on.
That's all I'm saying, and that's what I wanted to pinpoint, man. The fact that we rubbed shoulders, man, with you know what I'm saying, with big names. Obviously, like you meeting them, maybe having the backstage experience with them would have been a lot smoother, but still, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, it didn't take away from the fact
sure.
that I was still like hyped and I was still super like fortunate and I was grateful, bro. More than anything, I was just grateful to be in that space.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot of people can say that, you know what I'm saying? Especially
Yeah.
at the level that we're at right now, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That they were able to do
For
that.
sure.
It's expected maybe when you climb
Yeah,
up the
man.
ladder, but not
Yeah.
in the beginning stages. That's crazy, man. Man, so I also want to transition to Templo, man. The hot
Templo.
topic, man. Ivan, where you at, man? I'm just kidding. Let's talk about Templo, man. Let's talk about just what Templo at the time was, what it did for the city, maybe the impact.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We were all part of this. Just kind of give a background for that. And then we want to transition to Studio X, man. We're going to get to that. But let's
Yeah.
start with Templo, man.
Yeah. No, Templo, bro. Templo was such a fun time in my life, bro. Our lives, bro. Such a fun time in our lives.
Yeah. It's still embedded in our hearts, man. But obviously,
for
we
sure.
all just to make it clear, man. We all really cool still. So it's no love lost or anything.
Yeah.
Shout out my boy Ivan Reyes. Shout out Cooks, Rami. He was a part of it. Antoinette was a part of it.
Yeah.
DJ Antidote was a
Yeah.
part of it. Myself. It was just.
Coast.
Oh yeah, my boy is Coast, man. Shout out to it's Coast, man. Fuck you, pay me, man. Shout out
Monique.
to my boy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Monique. Monique's a legend too. But yeah, so Templo was just just so you know, we're more or less talking about our experience with Templo and the impact that it had, and and then kind of just where we transition into now. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
tell me more about Templo, man.
So Templo, bro, that idea came about. That was actually, that was Ivan's baby, bro.
Yeah.
Templo. I remember he came to me and to Polo. Shout out to Polo. He came to me and he was like, bro, I got this idea, bro. And he broke everything down about wanting to like have a production company, but also a production company that that produces for like artists like within the city, and then also that expands outside of Rebel City. And yeah, bro, like he was just like, yo, I really want to do this, but I need, I want to make sure that I got people that rock with me. And so, I was rocking with Ivan Tough, and so was Polo. So we're like, yeah, bro, like let's do it. Let's run it up. And so, we did the Templo thing, bro. We started it out of his parents' garage, super like rooted from the ground up. And, that became the home base, bro. We were making beats. we were producing like our own stuff, and then obviously like a lot of us like, you know, a lot of us are artists, so like we were producing for each other. We were putting out music. We put events together, bro, and I remember we did the Templo party at that spot that's across the street from the sandwich spot. I don't remember what it was called back then because I think it's under new management and a different name now. But I remember when we had that event, bro, and I had already dropped the Coldest Winter.
That was cool.
I think you know, Coast had dropped a couple of songs. You had obviously you have a body of work on you,
Yeah.
and so you know, and Ivan told me he's just like, bro, like I want you to perform some songs.
That was
And
Club Fox, right? Or what was
oh,
the place called?
was it Club Fox?
It was like Club Fox.
It was
or-
Club
It
Fox.
wasn't Fox Theater. It was Club Fox.
Yeah.
It was right across the street from the sandwich spot.
Yeah. Because they had Club Fox, and then obviously they
remember
had
that, bro.
they had the Fox Theater with the Little Fox next to it.
Yep.
So yeah, I think it was Club Fox. But yeah, bro, I remember that day. Again, bro, it's just like I think we all had super. I think we're all like are really good friends, but we also had different networks. And I remember we each tapped into our own network of people to like come to the event. And I remember, bro, the line curved outside of that spot, bro. Like
it was thick.
I remember there was people that couldn't get in because there was so many people. And I didn't, not to say I didn't think we were gonna sell out, but I just, you know, like it was our first event that we put
Exactly,
together
so
like
we
as
don't
a
really
as
know
a unit.
how it's gonna be.
And I didn't know it was gonna be at that caliber, bro. And so we really came together to bring different crowds of people, bro. And I just remember like I think that was one of the first times that I really felt like seen, you know, like being on that stage, bro. And then like everybody in the front row just knowing the lyrics to like my songs, bro, like that tripped me out, bro. It was insane to me, bro.
It was a lot of support, local support.
Yeah, bro, and
Yeah.
I just and that was super contrary to like the age old argument that we would always have, bro, that Redwood City had no support, that nobody from Redwood City wanted to see people from Redwood City do good.
And also the stigma, I would say, from the city of, man, like I remember Flamingos or I know that they've tried, Club Maya or whatever. They've tried to throw a lot of events in Redwood City, night events, but then they're always, I guess the police feel like it's unsafe and there's always been incidents.
It's always an issue with like hip hop events, bro.
It's
like
always
the,
an issue
know?
with hip hop events in Redwood City.
And
We're trying to
so-
change that narrative, man. For
And
real.
even at that time, that's what we were fighting against, right?
Yeah,
it
man,
was
I
it
remember
was
that.
throwing events that, you know, were for the culture and community of Redwood.
But
you
that
know?
day was successful.
And
there
that
were
day
no
was super
issues, man.
successful,
So
bro.
it
And
was
I
another-
think, yeah, and then I think that opened the door to be able to do a lot more stuff. Because even then, you know, we were able to keep rocking, bro, and keep doing stuff, and you know, even I think the year after or 2 years after that, we did Ivan's event.
Yeah.
You know, when he dropped his project and we did the event
That was at the Fox Theater?
Dragon Theater.
Oh, Dragon Theater.
At the
That's
Dragon
right.
Theater,
Dragon,
remember?
Fox Theater, Dragon Theater.
Yeah, so we did the Dragon Theater and then we did that, and I think, you know, the relationship that he was able to continue to build with the owner of Club Fox.
Yeah.
Who I think had, like, I don't know if he was the owner or just had ties with Dragon Theater. But just, you know, the relationships that Ivan had, and then just seeing the success of the event that we did with Templo at Club Fox, you know, was able to, you know, he was able to do his event at the Dragon Theater. And, you know, which was dope too, because it was a similar turnout. We had had people from all over the city that came out to support the event.
Most def, yeah.
But yeah, bro, Templo holds a special place in my heart, bro.
For sure.
It was a fun time in my life for sure.
Fun time, and
Yeah.
you know, just to talk, like we also, you know, had the studio. We still have the studio at the Powell Center, but yeah, it was one of those things, man, that we try to put together with producers, rappers. We had to do, you know, marketing. But it's one of those things, man, where we, you know, we couldn't quite get the, you know, we definitely had an impact, but I think everybody was just kind of
With different spaces, bro.
Yeah, everybody was in different spaces,
Different spaces.
and we try to help each other out, but it's just, I don't think we could ever get on the same page in the sense of like consistently, you know what I'm saying? Like it was just one person was doing another thing, and we could just never come back together and put one of those together again, man. It was just like life happens, you know, we get kids or whatever the reason is, man. We're not trying to make excuses. It's more or less like, you know, this was so natural. It happened so naturally that it was just one of those things, man, where everybody has so many different things going on, and we could never, I feel, get it to where we wanted it to be, and just get like a run going to where we were consistently hitting them with something. It would be like we'd throw something, and then some time would go by, and I just felt like we kind of struggled with that consistency. If I'm being straight up with it. I mean, how do you feel, brother?
I mean,
I mean, you don't have to go in depth. You know what I'm saying?
All I'm
about
gonna
it.
say is like, it worked until it didn't work.
It worked until it didn't work, and so
it worked until it didn't work.
Yeah,
as
man. But
efficiently.
anyways, that was a beautiful time,
Yeah.
and like I said, it still has a special place in my heart. And I still be rocking the Templo shirt, man. I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
you go.
We still getting down. And it's something that that it was a great idea and a great time.
Yeah.
Now, man, let's transition for the people, man. I see you doing your thing in Studio X, man. So tell me a little bit about Studio X, how you got involved with that, and that transition, man. Because I see you, out there, networking with the people out there. It looks like a good vibe. Just from what I see, real quick, a bunch of artists coming together. It feels like a space where people come and just can share whatever art
It's community,
they
bro.
Community,
It's community, bro.
Yeah, and it just looks dope, man. So let the people know. Studio X.
Yeah, man. Studio X, bro. Shout out to the home team. Damn, what can I not say about Studio X, bro? I mean, I love it, bro. It's literally my second family, bro.
That's what's up, bro.
I've known Karina for like, I think we've known each other for like 10 years, bro, to be honest.
Yeah.
And so I think there was like one time that we linked up for like some like music poetry shit. 'Cause me and Ray, shout out to Ray Castillo. Him and we used to work with Ivan at Macla in San Jose, and I was in charge of the music program. But then we also did a partnership with the high school where we ran a poetry class, and so when we ran that poetry class, I don't remember how it happened because I think Ray knew Karina or like knew of her, and like I think he reached out and he set up the play, and then we just had her come and she was a guest speaker for the group of kids. And it was funny, bro, because in that class her little cousin was a part of that class, so it was dope. It was funny. And then like I think we worked on one song, bro, that I think I produced it, and these were like the beginning stages of me really diving into like being a producer and like an engineer. And I think at the end of the day, like I think neither of us were really happy with the project. So we ended up just like not doing anything with the song. But we still stayed like tapped in, the music scene in San Jose, bro. Like the people are kind of like super connected. From what I've seen and like in my experience, like the people are super connected in the sense of like even if people aren't really working together or collaborating, they're still like hella tapped in with each other, and it's like nothing but love out there. And so me and her, we kind of like stayed tapped in, and like I saw what she was doing, and vice versa. And it was May of last year that I ended up becoming a part of the team. She had put a post up saying that that they were looking for a Spanish speaking engineer, and at the time like things were kind of slowing down. As a freelance engineer, things were kind of slowing down, and then like working at PAL and like trying to. Working at PAL, and then also trying to run the studio, and then like bringing people and like having to tiptoe around like it got to be either before programming hours or after programming hours, and just being super limited like that. Yeah. I think like I wanted to be in a space where I could do more, bro, because again I went back to a place where like, man, making music's cool and it's fun, but it's not really fun if I'm doing it by myself. And so, and it got to that point, bro. It got to that point where I felt like I was just doing stuff by myself, and I didn't want to do that no more. And then, so I saw that, and I think Adelante tagged me in the post, or like he sent the post to me. He was like, bro, why don't you reach out? Shout out to Adelante, bro. Like yeah, bro. He's the go-to producer, man. He's he's more than a producer, obviously, but yeah, that's my guy, bro. Love him to death. But yeah, so I was just looking for something more, bro. And then so I reached out to her, and then she hit me back. She was like, hey, dude, like, don't you run like your own studio? And I was like, yeah. But then, I broke it down. I'm like, hey, like I share the space, with the after school program, and whatever. One thing led to the next. we got on a phone call, and as easy as 1, 2, 3, bro, like she hit me up and she was like, yo, like, pull up to the studio, let's onboard you, come like meet the team. And bro, like from the very first day that I walked into that studio, bro, it's a magical place, bro. Like it really is, bro. Like the love that's in that space, bro, and the love that the people bring and the people just have there, it's unmatched, bro. And it's super organic, and it's like it's just a special place, bro. And since I became a part of the team, bro, like I ain't looked back, bro. Like there's no other place that I'd rather be. Um, and I got nothing but love for everybody that's there, and I'm forever grateful for the way that they embraced me, like the moment that I came on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And Studio X is just a special place, bro. And since I got there and became part of the team, it's been nothing but love, and just the way that they embraced me and they welcomed me in, bro. It just feels like that was the place that I was always meant to be at.
That's what's
And
up, man. You are where you need to be, man. I'm a
yeah,
big believer of that. That just reiterates it more, man. That you are where you need to be. Like you said, you didn't enjoy doing music on your own, and I agree, man. It's lonely when you do it on your own. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's beauty in just working with people. There's beauty in just like giving and just learning from each other, man. I get sometimes even more inspired when I work with other artists, you know what I'm saying? Just seeing their work ethic or seeing the way they do, like,
yeah, for
you know what I
sure.
mean? It's not even me trying to like jock their style or take, but I do
Right,
take a little
right.
something from everybody, man.
Yeah,
Cause I mean, at the end of the day, we students of the game, man. And I'm always looking for ways to perfect my craft. I'm always looking for ways to just improve in
improve.
general,
Yeah,
challenge myself.
adjust and adapt.
So yeah, man, I'm proud of you for making that move. I'm proud of you for being proactive and finding a space, man, that is filling that void, man, that you've always wanted. And I think
Yeah,
that's very important, man, because I mean, at
facts.
the end of the day, like it just seems like you having fun with it now, man. And
Yeah,
and
bro.
and I remember what Drizzy Drake said, man.
If you ain't having
Fun
fun
with
with
it,
it, I'll
man.
be
I'm
or
done with it.
the
The
moment I
moment I
stop
stop
having
having
fun
fun
with
with
it,
it,
I'll
I'm
be done
done
with
with it,
it.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro. I remember hearing that and just being like, man, ain't that the truth, man?
yeah.
Like, if
And
I'm not gonna have fun with it, I'm good.
facts, bro. And I think Studio X like put life in me, bro. Like it made it fun for me again, cause it got to the point, bro. Like it got to the point where I just like I was questioning whether I still wanted to make music or not, bro. It just
Yeah,
like
yeah, it be
I
like
don't
that.
know, like I
Everybody
was
goes through
just in
that.
the slump, bro. Like I was like not to get hella deep, bro, but
Yeah, yeah,
like
of course.
I went through, bro. I went through like 2 years of like you know like fighting. Like I don't know if it's depression or like I always just said I was in a funk, bro. But it was 2 years of being in a funk, bro, and like I think like I think sometimes as men like we don't want to admit that it's like depression, or like we're just not used to like dealing with depression or like putting a name on it.
For sure.
Right? I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
that's
We
that's a
kind of
conversation for
that's a
maybe another.
conversation
That's
for
another
another
episode
episode.
when you bring
That's
me
the
back.
that's the mental health episode.
Yeah, but yeah. So, and just Studio X was everything that I wanted out of music, bro. Like being in community, being and being surrounded by people who are creative, who are
Yeah, yeah.
talented, who are just beautiful souls, bro. And everything, like I love everything that we're doing at Studio X, bro. From the open mics to the coffee and chords to like the run it backs to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
just partaking in like events that are like music related all across, like from Oakland to like San Francisco. We've done stuff in San Jose, bro, and it's just like it's so fun, bro. I have fun and I have a great time just being around everybody there, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And just and then getting the opportunity to collaborate, because bro, like everybody that's there also makes music.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I think that's what makes everybody such a fire engineer, bro. Is like we're artists as well,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so that's what makes us great engineers.
That's what's up, man.
And so
Okay.
if y'all looking for studio time, tap in, hit the link in my bio, shameless plug, Studio X.
Tap in.
But yeah, bro, it's just it's a beautiful thing that we're doing at
Yeah,
Studio
shout
X, and
out.
I'm super grateful to be a part of it, and I'm forever grateful for Karina for
Hell yeah, man.
for bringing me on board,
Well,
bro, and everybody that embraced me.
Well, I need to get my ass to Studio X, man, and quit playing. You know
Absolutely,
what I'm saying? So I gotta pull up on
absolutely,
y'all,
bro.
man. But shout out to Studio X, man. If y'all watching, man, shout out it right on for taking care of my boy, man. He back having fun with it, and it's
Yeah.
y'all a huge part of that. And yeah, man. So real quick, man. Like I know we're not really touching on the mental health topic today, but I do kind of mention, man, my boy is on a little alcohol cleanse, man. So I just real
Yeah.
quick just tell the people, man, how you feeling, and then what the decision was to do it, and would you recommend it? You know, real quick for the
Yeah.
people to know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. I think I don't know. I think it's just a new phase in my life, bro. Like I just
You look great. You feeling good,
yeah,
right?
appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, no, for sure,
My
man.
what's my favorite phrase? I feel good, look better.
Yep.
um,
My boy don't miss them hangovers at all, huh? And
yeah, nah,
you
bro,
getting great
bro.
sleep, I'm
Cause
sure.
I used to drink a lot, bro. I used to love going out and
Yeah,
partying and bullshitting, and
yeah.
I do accredit that to being a major part of like why I wasn't super locked in, bro. Like I remember when I dropped the coldest winter, bro. That night, oh, we went out together, bro.
We got
How many times was I getting stopped and somebody was just like, "Bro, I heard your project today, bro. I just heard, bro, this, bro." And every person that came up to me, "Let me buy you a shot. Hey, let me get you a beer." Like, woo, 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 blah blah
So
blah,
it was just
bro.
that crazy vicious cycle.
And I think I got a little taste of what it's like to like be an artist for real, and like, cause I got hella love off of that project, and I think it just like I developed this bad habit of like associating like, cool, you make good music, you become popular, you go drink, you go party, people fuck with you.
Yep.
And that
And
is
it was just like a vicious
terrible, bro.
cycle. I
That
feel
was
you, man.
terrible, bro. And then it got to the point where all I wanted to do was just go out, party, and turn up because, like, I feel like I
The
was
rock
like,
star lifestyle.
yeah, bro. And I feel like, like, people fucked with me. So, like, I'd go out and, like, oh, bro, how you been? Like, I see that you're making music. I love this song. I love it. And so, just like the love and, like, being out and being social. And, like, it went from being, like, a social thing to just, like, to becoming a habit of like stepping out and drinking like every weekend and partying and turning up. And so, I think over the last year and some change, like I went through a lot, bro. Like I went through a lot of major life changes. And then in January, I remember, no, end of December, I was like, you know what, bro? Like, I don't like the person I've been these last couple years. I hate who I've become over the last couple of years. Like I'm not even having fun with life,
Okay.
and so
That was kind
I
of a
think it was
transition.
a number of things that led me to make this decision. But yeah, bro. So I stopped drinking in January, and then I really just like locked in on myself, bro. And then I started hitting the gym. Then I started changing the way that I eat.
Man, that's
And
what's
then
up.
again, being with Studio X, bro, like I just like I have this new life in me, bro. And so like even the music that I started making like started meaning a little bit more. I've been making
Yeah.
some of the best music that I made
There's
in a long time.
there's a wave out there, man, of people
And
that
so
just cut the drinking,
yeah,
man. You know what
bro,
I'm
and
saying?
I feel a lot better,
I
bro.
know.
And like from like I think at my biggest, bro, I was like 234, bro. Mind you,
Oh.
like I'm not tall, bro. I'm a
Yeah.
short king, bro. Like I'm not that tall, so
Shout out to
like,
Short Kings.
bro, I think at my biggest I was like 234 was my biggest, bro. And then the last time I stepped on a scale was in January, and I was 226, bro. And then so I stopped drinking, started working out, started changing the way that I eat, started being mindful of like the things that I do, and stuff like that. And so like now I think I stepped on a scale like 3 weeks ago, bro. Like I think 2 days before my birthday, and I looked at the scale, bro, and I was 181.
There you go.
So from January to July, bro, I lost 40 pounds. Where did I lose them? Where did they go? I have no idea.
Kudos, man. Kudos.
Um,
Discipline.
yeah,
Discipline.
bro. I think it's discipline more than anything, bro.
Discipline.
And again, like I grew up like doing martial arts, so
Yeah.
discipline and
Yeah.
perseverance and
Yeah.
integrity and like there's core values that I have from
For
when I
sure.
was actively practicing martial arts,
Man.
and so I've been putting some of these core values back into my life.
For sure. That's what's up, man. Well, just so you know, man, like proud of you for that, man. I mean, you made a change and it shows and you look more motivated. And anytime, it comes down to that, like a change does that to you, it's dope to see, man. And
Appreciate you, G.
and
Thank you.
yeah, man, a real friend will never pressure you into drinking. By the way,
Yeah.
if he pressures you to drink when you don't want to drink, man, that ain't your homie.
That's
Real
facts.
ones take care of their people, man. And as long as my boy is happy, man, that's all that really matters.
Yes,
So,
sir.
man, we damn near about to wrap this up, but I just want the people to know, man, what's next, man. What do you got going, man? What can the people expect from Low? Because I know people want to listen, man, and I know you about to go on a crazy run, man. I know you got a lot of
Yeah.
stuff in the vault, man. So
Yeah, bro.
let's finish off by telling the people what are we expecting? Singles, album, man. Let them know.
Man, a little bit of everything, bro.
Okay.
I got a single coming out soon. Collaborated with one of the homies at Studio X, Zuko. So we got a song together, produced by Adelante. So
Adelante, man.
so
Stay
that's the next one.
Okay.
We just got some final touches, and it's gonna come out soon. And then yeah, bro, I'm also working on a project, bro. Like I told you, I've been making so much music over the last year, and a lot of them, I think, unintentionally, sound cohesive and sound good together. So I'm working on making that a project. I was hoping to drop it in like wintertime before the end of the year, but also like I'm in a different place now. Like I don't put timelines on stuff. Like
Okay.
in a healthy way, right? Because there's
Yeah,
timelines where
yeah.
it's like goal oriented and like there's purpose. But for this, for the intentions of this project, like I don't want to say I'm gonna drop it in December and then we get to top of December and it's not done, or
Right.
it just doesn't feel right yet. But yeah, so I'm hoping to drop it before the end of the school year, before the end of the year. Yeah, so I'm hoping to drop it before the end of the year. But yeah,
Okay.
man, so that, and then we're just gonna go on a run, and I got big stuff planned for next year too. So
Man, so hit them with your social media, man.
Yeah,
Where
man.
could they reach you at, man? How could they get in contact with you, man?
Yeah,
If they
you
wanna mess
can
with
you can follow me on Instagram at officially.low_. That's really the only social media that I'm really active on. I'm also working on, hopping on TikTok. I have a TikTok, I just don't use it. I haven't posted anything on it. But it's the same handle. And then yeah, Spotify, Apple Music, all of that. It's just Low, LO.
Capital LO.
Capital LO, yeah.
Yep.
All caps, but no caps in my rap.
Man, so just once again, man, thank y'all for listening. This is the Dungee
The
Podcast.
Dungee Podcast.
Yeah, man, we got way more in store. I'm
First
excited.
ever.
First ever, man. It's the first ever. And I ain't gonna talk about the procrastination, but hey, man, we get into
We
it.
here. We here.
We're here now. So I'm excited for what this is gonna do.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
excited for what Lowe's got coming. Thanks for being my first special guest. It's gonna be legendary. We'll see where this goes from here, man. But again, man, Low, Rebel City legend. It's a pleasure to sit with you. I'm a
Thank you,
fan,
G.
but at the same time, you're my brother, man. So
Thank you,
you know what I'm
G.
saying?
Appreciate
Just
you,
keep
bro.
up the great work, man, and keep inspiring, and keep pushing yourself to the limit, man. Because I love to watch it, and I know the people out there are rooting for you. I know the people out there want to
Appreciate
see
you, bro.
my boy win. So yeah, man, let's get it, man. Rebel City, let's get it.
Oh yep.
we
And
out
shout
here.
shout out to Coast.
What you got on
Shout
there?
out to Bust
shout out
Down.
to okay.
Yep.
Shout out to Coast Buzz Down.
Yeah,
Yep,
and I got that Letterman too, so we gonna shout out
Yep,
Rooster
and,
while
and,
we
and
at
Rooster, man. Shout out Rooster, man. And,
Yeah.
and we gonna shout out a lot of people. So if we miss you
Yeah.
today, don't worry, man. We gonna have episodes on episodes.
Yep.
Posted 3,000. Y'all make sure to subscribe to that channel too, man. Like and subscribe. You know what I'm saying?
The man, the myth, the legend.
The man, the myth, the legend, the man behind the damn scenes, man. Shout it out. But yeah, man, let's go, man. Dungee Podcast. Let's get it.
Yeah.